Hi Stampers, it's Linda Schmidt with Stampin' with the Hounds. I have another bookbinding variation in my Fun Fold series. Today we are going to be doing the one that is a corner pop-out. Now with that bookbinding fold. So as a reminder, I have done several of these. So the original bookbinding fold is just your standard, you know, the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 that you scored, and then you just kind of adhere that spine together, and then that's just your standard bookbinding. So that's your standard one. Then I did a variation. I did another video that was with the Bookbinding Z-fold. So make sure you check out that video. I'll put links below in the description. And then I did another one on the Bookbinding Gatefold, which is another fun way of doing this thing, or this fold. And then the most recent one that I did last week was the Bookbinding Explosion card on it. So I will put links to all of these previous ones in the description, so make sure you check those out. So like I said, this next one that we are featuring in our series is the Bookbinding Corner Pop-Out. So another great way of using up your designer series paper, because this one does take a I believe this, yeah, an 8x8 sheet of designer series paper to do that corner pop out. So this is the first one, and we are going to be doing a variation of this one today using some of the Retiring Poetic Impressions designer series paper and the online only. This is my really pretty set. It is the Magnolia Mood stamp set that is online only. And then the dies that coordinate with it, you can get it as a bundle and save. So the bundle price is $54.75 US. So really pretty, gorgeous set. Love it, love it. So this is one of them, using some of our in colors, the Moody Mauve and the Wild Wheat, and then some Lost Lagoon and Bubble Bath on that one. So there's just kind of a close-up, and this is that Retiring specialty gold, I think it's called, specialty gold paper on there. So that was just die cut, and then we open it up, and I like to decorate those panels, and then here you can write your sentiment on there, or if you wanted to, you could always put a 1/4 sheet of cardstock on the back too. But there's that one. And then another one that I did, this is using that boho blue, and I did some of that luster paper that is retiring, and then some of the gems. These were the in color dots, so these are retiring too. So after April 30th, they won't be available any longer. So there's that one. And then I did the coloring on this one. I did with the Moody Mauve and a little bit of Bubble Bath. And then the in corner pop out on this one. So again, you do kind of see, you know, the other side of the designer series paper. And then this one, I've got a little bit of the flowers. I did a blue, a boho blue, and a Moody Mauve color with the Mossy Meadow. And then this one I stamped, and then I did texturize it with an embossing folder, so you can kind of do that too. So there's that one. And then another one I did was with the Lost Lagoon Pool Party, a little bit of Petal Pink, and then that Wild Wheat color. And again, this is that Poetic Expressions designer series paper that is retiring. So it is on sale right now through April 30th. And then again, there's that luster paper I did for that die. And then this corner pop out, I did the little bit of leaves. I kind of left my saying blank because I'm just doing it as a thank you. So I'll write my sentiment over here. So there's that one. And then some other ones that I did with different sets, because these I was just when I was practicing. This is with that Cheerful Daisies paper that's retiring. The stamp set and the dies will still carry over come May 1st, but the paper won't be. So this one I did some of that Cajun, or not Cajun, copper clay. And then this ribbon is retiring, the copper clay ribbon. And then there's that pop out. This one I got a little busy, but I had all these dies already pre-cut and I was trying to use them up. So there's another one. So it's kind of a nice display card because it does sit up by itself, and it's got that little tuck. You put it in there. And then my very first one that I did for practicing was just using the Retiring Sailboat Punch, and then this is just some older designer series paper. But again, that's kind of another fun way of doing a good masculine card too, for that. So, all right, we are going to get started. So as I said, we are going to do kind of a version of these today. I'm just using some different papers with it, but it's still going to be that Poetic Expressions Designer Series paper. So what you will need, one is going to be an 8x8 sheet of Designer Series paper, and you kind of want to try and pick ones that have papers, you know, because you're going to see both the front and the back. So that'll be an 8x8. Then your card base, like the other bookbinding folds that we've done, it is 4 1/4 by 11, and we do the same measurements, the 4 1/4 and 5 1/2 for scoring. So that's Wild Wheat that I did. And then on this one, I am going to be layering. So I'm going to take a cardstock that's 4 by 4. And then when we go to do our cutting, you are going to cut out this square. So that square I'm going to take and cut it in half diagonally. And then I'm going to layer that onto this 4 by 4 square. So I just have those as extra ones because as you're doing this, you do get extra pieces sometimes. And then for your spine, that'll be the Designer Series paper, and that's 1 by 4. And then for the inside, for your greeting, I'm doing Bubble Bath, but you can do whatever in neutral color cardstock you want. And again, that's going to be 4 by 4. And then I just have a piece of card. This is just for my Magnolia. So this is just thick white, and this one is, because we'll be die cutting this out, is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4, this piece. So again, it's just for stamping and die cutting. All right, so we're gonna get started. We're gonna do all of the scoring first. So let's get our Simply Score tool out. So on the cardstock, the base, again, it's at 4 1/4 by 11. We're gonna score at 4 1/4 and 5 1/2 on the long side. So we'll do 4 1/4 and 5 1/2. Okay, that's the cardstock base. We'll set that aside. Then on your 8x8 piece of paper, this one, what you're doing, so these are my notes that are to remind me to do it. You're going to score at 4, and then you're going to rotate the paper, and you'll score at 4 again, and then you're going to score diagonally. So we'll do that right now. So we'll start with scoring at 4. And then we'll score at 4. Again, so you'll rotate and score again at 4. And then I'm going to flip it over because I want that diagonal that's coming down, because we'll cut this out, but that diagonal is the mountain fold, and so I want this paper showing for that mountain fold, so I want my crease going the other way. So for this one, it's going to be a little bit hard to see on this paper, but what I'm doing is I am lining up my corner to corner on this line to score diagonally in half. So I'm going to look at my paper because we know that this is going to be the part that's going to be popping up. So I want to score diagonally this way. So I'm just going to rotate this. I'm putting my corner up here, and I may zoom out here. Hold on so you can kind of see a little bit better. If you can see the whole, whoops, sorry, not that way. Wrong fingers. Whoops. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Oops, it's not letting me zoom back out. There we go. Oh my goodness, so sorry. Now that you're all seasick. Hi. I tell you, fat fingers. All right, so corner to corner is lined up on that line that I drew on my Simply Score tool with a Sharpie. And that's just to help me score diagonally. So we're gonna take this. Oh, and I should have flipped this over like I said. Oh well, we'll do it again. So we'll score again. Just because I want that fold to be a little bit better. There we go. Okay, so that is it for the scoring. So now we're going to go ahead and start folding. Before we do that, we are going to cut out that upper left-hand square. So this is just to kind of show you the template here. So this is the part that's going to be popping up. We're going to go ahead and cut out this one. And I'm just going to use the paper trimmer. And it's going to be kind of hard to see a little bit. So I think I'm going to flip it on. I think I can see it better on the lighter color. So I'm just lining up that score line in my paper cutter where the blade is going to be cutting. And then I'm only going to go down to the 4-inch mark. And then I will rotate, and I'm going to cut this way now. So again, I'm putting that score line in my cutting groove, and then I'm only going to go down to that 4-inch mark. And now that square, we're going to use this for the front of the card. And then this will be your corner pop-out piece. So on this one, because I've already got, this is 4x4, because I've already got that cardstock layer that's 4x4, I want to trim this down so it's 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So my diagonal line is going across this way. I'm just going to cut it at 3 3/4, and then I'll rotate and I'll cut it 3 3/4 again. And then because we've got that score line, I don't know if you can see that there, I'm going to cut now this in half diagonally. So again, I'm putting that in the paper trimmer where it's going to cut. I'm going to flip it over this way. Just making sure my points are lined up. And then now I've got my 2 triangles that I'm going to flip so that I've got both sides showing. And that's it for the cutting and the scoring. All right, so now we want to take this and we're going to create our corner pop out. So on this one, oops, I should go this way. You're going to do on the sides, these are going to be the valley folds that come in, and then your pop out piece is a mountain fold. So you can just take this. So this is what I want showing when I open up the cards. I'm just going to go ahead and fold on that diagonal. And then these are going to come in like a valley, so they'll just come over. And then this one will come down again like a valley fold. And then I just kind of squish it up and I give it one good burnish front and back on there. All right, so now where that valley fold is, that is going to be now when the card opens, it'll pop out like that. So you're putting adhesive then on these 2 back sides of the paper. So we'll set that aside for now. And then let's go ahead and take our card base that we already scored. So again, this was at 5 1/2. So we're going to fold it in half at the 5 1/2 mark. And then where we did that 4 1/4, we're going to fold this back because this is what's making our bookbinding spine. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my tear and tape because I like to use a strong adhesive here to hold my spine together. Ooh, the last of the tear and tape. Ooh. I have to use my other stuff that I've got here. Hold on. Okay, we'll just leave that on there for now. Okay, so our front of our card, we had our spine and our cardstock layer. So let's go ahead and adhere those. And then we'll do a little bit of our stamping, and then we'll put the whole thing together. All right, so we'll take that 1x4 piece of designer series paper. That was our spine. And oh, I have too many things on my desk. Oh, here it is. Like, where did my adhesive go? All right, so we're gonna put this on. And let's see if we can put it this way. And then this was my cardstock layer. So again, if you didn't want to do this, you could have left this at the 4x4 size and not do that trimming that I just did. And then you could have just put those on there. But I wanted to bring in that pink a little bit more. So I'm using that bubble bath. So this is that 4x4 piece of cardstock. All right, and then our designer series paper, we're going to go ahead and adhere that on top. And knowing that this was going to be basically a 3 3/4 inch square. I'm just looking at how I want my pattern. I think I want the green on the top, so I'll go ahead and put this one down first. So I just I hold this other piece just as a reference until it just helps me line up my bottom one here so that I'm not totally cattywampus here, because you're going to have that border going around the outside, because I didn't want the diagonal split showing, you know, the pink. I just wanted that border to be the pink showing. So then we'll go ahead and adhere this one down. Okay, then our inside, we will go, I'm going to wait and adhere that because I usually like to decorate that first. So let me, let's see here. Oh yeah, I was going to diagonal. Okay, we will do the stamping. I'm just going to show you real quick on the stamping. So this is at the Magnolia Mood, the stamp, and this one you can just stamp it and you don't have to do anything with it. I mean, it's so pretty, but you do want a good detailed kind of black ink pad that's nice and juicy. We're gonna do the black, and I already have because this weekend I just spent, it was I just needed to do some coloring. I needed some color therapy. So I did all of my coloring on my flowers. So I'm not going to do the entire thing today to show you, but. And then that's all inked up. But what I had done is I was kind of playing around with like different, you know, colors with it. Let me just see. Yeah, so like this was with that Moody Mauve, and then I did a little bit of the like bubble bath, and these are using the Stampin' blends, and then the leaves were Lost Lagoon. And with the Stampin' blends, you get a light and a dark of the same color. And then this one did the Petal Pink, and then I did the Mossy Meadow, and then wild wheat for the center. So the petal pink one, you definitely, this one is, I think, one of my favorites because it is kind of more of that true magnolia color. And then today we are going to do, I think the rest of these, oh, and then I was going to show you, because I had done the blue, and then I had also done the lemon lolly. Where is that color? Oh, here it is. So there's the lemon lolly. And then I think that was a Lost Lagoon for that one. And then this one is, we've got a returning color from back in the old days, Pretty in Pink. It's come back. So if you still have that paper and the marker and the ink pads, it's coming back as part of our in colors for 2024, 2026. So who knew? Retro coming back on there. So that'll be May 1st. That color will be available. So on this one, I'm just going to real quick show you how I did. I'll just start with the partial coloring. So what I do is I take the light and the dark of the Stampin' blend. So these are the wild wheat. And I like to start with the darker color. And many times with these, I'm using more of the bullet point to just do a little bit of just outlining, shading. I'll kind of zoom in a little bit more here so you can see better. And then I go back, usually with the brush tips sometimes. It all depends on my blends. I am ordering some new blends because some of my blends, the tip has seen better days. All right, so then I'm going to take the bubble bath. So on this one, I'm not going to be coloring it in completely. I'm just doing accents. So I'm just going to show real quick on this big one. So I'm just kind of filling in just where the image is kind of shaded, but I'm not doing it completely. I'm just kind of picking a few little spots just to highlight. And again, this is with the dark bubble bath blend. And then I'll go back with the light. And this one I'm going to use that brush tip because I think this one's okay. And I'm just going to very lightly just kind of blend. Just add a little bit more color. But I don't want to completely color it in because I still want some of that white showing. And then for the leaves, I'm doing a combination of the Mossy Meadow and then the soft sea foam. So again, I'll do the darker first. And I'm just kind of, you know, it looks like I'm just scribbling. That's all I'm doing. Because what's nice about these is it goes back and, like I said, it blends once you get the other colors to it. So I'll just do a few leaves there, just we won't do all of them. And then I'll do, I think on this one I do need to use my other because I think the tip is seen better days. So again, I'm just kind of going back over that dark and blending. And by far, I am not the world's greatest watercolorer, but I do like these blends because they're very forgiving. Fake it to you. I can fake it like I can watercolor. All right, and then I'm going to take a lighter color, which is that soft sea foam. And I will do, I think, I'll do the darker one because this is a fairly light color. And I think the tip is okay on this one. So now I'm going to go in and blend all over everything in that green leaf. Just getting my shadowing. And kind of getting rid of some of those marker lines. Just kind of go back and forth, and then eventually it just blends that color in. And then if you find that you've got something that is too dark, you can always go back with the color lifter. Oh, here it is, color lifter. And this will, it's kind of hard to see on the pink, but I'll kind of do a little spot here. So you just go over this, and it is going to pull, I mean, it takes a little bit, but it'll pull some of that color. You can kind of see how that is getting a little bit lighter here. Especially like if you went outside the line, you can always use this to kind of help with that. But I'm going to go back. So this is the, I think I want to do the lighter of this though. This is that Moody Mauve. And I'm going to do the light. And this one I'm only going to go in just really, really tiny spots, just more in the center here, just to help give it a little bit more depth. So it's not much. Just a few little spots. And then, like I said, you can always go back with one of the other. I'm doing the light bubble bath again. And I'm just going to blend that so you just don't see the marker lines, basically. All right, so then, again, like I said, you would do the rest of it, kind of coloring that in, and then you would die cut it out with the coordinating die. So I've already got one, Movie Magic. It's already done. So this is the completed one with, again, that bubble bath, the Mossy Meadow, and then the wild wheat for that center part on it. So that's the die cut part. So we can go ahead, let me zoom back out just a little bit there. Okay. And we can go ahead and assemble our card. So the other thing that I had die cut out from that gold kind of specialty paper was using this die on it. And then this was the one that I used to die cut the main image. So we're going to go ahead and put this on the front. And then I was going to pop this one up with some dimensionals. And then I already die cut a bunch of pieces just to save on time here. So in the dies, you do get this little kind of like branch with this, or I don't know, like little petals with the leaves on it. And when you die cut it, you will get that little centerpiece with it. And so what I did is I die cut a few more because I want to have it look pink and green on it. So I think, did I lose my other little pink piece? I may have. Oh, I wonder where that one went. Doo-doo. I had it all taped down, but I might have lost it. Oh well, that's okay. Because I don't see it in here. Just to make sure. No, that's okay. All right, so what we'll do is I am going to glue these down. So we know we're going to have this here and then this. We're going to go ahead and put this one down first. And I did not put this on a sticker sheet this time. My one package of sticker sheets, I think they're old. I had, when I was making some other cards, I could not get it to come off the backing. So I think I need to order some more sticker sheets. So I'm just going to use a fine tip glue just to get this adhered down. Yeah, so April 30th, that is our last day of, we've got some of our retiring items that are on sale, and then May 1st is when the new catalog kicks off. So you want to make sure, if you haven't received one from me, I did for my customers in my card club, they did get ones mailed to them directly, and then I did order some other additional ones. So if you don't have a catalog and want one, and if you're in the U.S. here, like I said, I'm located in the Twin Cities, so Woodbury, Minnesota. Just send me a message, and I can get one in the mail to you. Otherwise, everything will be online too, and most of a lot of the products will be online as well. So, okay, I think we're gonna bump this up just a little bit. Make sure that's, there we go. And then we're gonna pop this one up with dimensionals. Lots of dimensionals on this one. This goes to a special person. Or a stamper who appreciates a good card. Okay, there's all those. Those are all off. And then we'll just kind of put this one at an angle as well. And then these, so I had this little post-it note just trying to holding my pink pieces on. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue here. Put one of these from the pink one that I popped out. We're just going to put that right on top. Easier said than done. Oh, maybe that's the wrong size. Here we go. And then this one I do need to glue down because it's just sitting here. I don't think it was glued down. No. So put a little bit of glue here, and you don't have to do this, but I just thought it kind of brought in that pink and green again. And then we'll put glue on the back of the entire thing. And then this will just get kind of tucked behind here. One there, and then we'll do another one on the other side. Pull this up just a little bit. Need a little bit more room. There we go. All right. And then we can go ahead and adhere those little pop-out pieces. In there. Such little things. My nails are too long. I can't pick up anything. There we go. All right, and then I can go ahead and put all of that back down. All right, so there's the front. And now we want to go ahead and we're going to add our pop-up piece in there. So you'll want to remember as you're doing this, let me back out just a titch here. So it goes in basically like this. So you want these panels, you know, on the left and the right so that this mountain, you know, the pop-up part is kind of like right in that corner, kind of coming up. So when we go to decorate, knowing that when you look at it, you know, it's kind of going this way. So I'm going to go ahead and do, for my bottom here, because I want a little bit more stability, I have this piece of paper, which was 4x4, but, oh yeah, this will be fine. I am going to cut it in half. So this was 4x4. So let's go ahead and cut this diagonally in half. And then I'm going to put, so I usually leave the bottom one for me to write, because this, I can get my hand in here a little bit easier. So I'm going to leave that one aside. And then on this one, I will do my stamping. And I believe I was using, where did it go? Oh, here it is. It is from the Encircled in Nature. It's the You Mean So Much to Me is the one, the greeting that I'm using. And I'm going to stamp this in, I think, the Wild Wheat. I have that here. I can do a little flower or something. Maybe coming up there. Yeah, we'll see. We'll just kind of keep this in the corner. And then I could probably, maybe instead of doing a die cut, I'll just do a little flower in the bubble bath. I think I have that stamp. Yeah, here it is. We'll just kind of have this off to the side, like so. And then that'll be attached to the inside. We're going to take this out, and on this top triangle, we're going to just layer our cardstock, and then we can go ahead and layer this one as well. And again, here I may end up just putting just because I have it here. It's a die cut, might as well use it up. Piece. Kind of right there. And then this will get attached then to the bottom part of that triangle. And you're aligning it so that you're not, you know, on that score line, so that it can still pop up. And then I just have some die cuts that I did, because I thought we could just throw in some flowers. We'll do Mean So Much to Me. I know I was going to do another saying, but now I can't find what oh, we'll just leave it blank, I think. I think I meant to put that on here. Oh well, we will do, let's see here, I've got this one, just tying in that other color. And then I've got, yeah, I meant to put that other thing on there. Oh well. And we could just do something like that. Okay, so we'll go ahead and tape these in. And this is just, I mean, you can decorate these however, or if you wanted to, you can leave it blank. This isn't required, but again, I was just trying to tie in, this is that other side of the paper. I was just trying to tie it in with the card. And then I had all these other pieces already cut and colored and die cut, so using them up. Oh, I hear little Miss Ezera. Yeah, we had such beautiful spring weather, and it was like in the 70s and sunny, and now this week it's been cold and rainy, and we go from one thing to another. Mother Nature can't make up her mind. And I think on this one, and we'll have it going this way, I think. And then we'll just glue these in. I think I could probably do 2 flowers here since I've got these cut. And then we'll show you how to put it into the bookbinding fold so that you get that corner pop out. All right, those are in. Whoops. Get a little bit more glue here. Okay. Those are extras. All right, so very important because I messed up on this on my very first one. So before I put that in, I'm going to go ahead and do my ribbon on my binding here. And I think for this one, oh my gosh, I got stuff everywhere. I lost where my ribbon was. Oh, here it is. I think, because I think my pink I have, it's not the right shade. It's an old, I think it's like powder pink or something that we had. I think that, yeah, that pink is not the right shade. So I may end up using, I think, some of the gold. Yeah, we'll just do that one. Or, no, not the vanilla. Where's my other one? Here. This is what I want to use. Use the actual gold ribbon. So we'll throw this in really quick just to tie a bow. And again, you don't have to do the ribbon if you don't want to. I like using up all my retired ribbon that I've been hoarding over the years. And then what do? I order some more ribbon that's coming out, some of the new stuff. You can never have enough ribbon or paper, right? At least I use my stuff. That's what I tell myself. Okay, let's adhere this in. So let's go ahead and take off the backing for our spine. So now we've got our bookbinding part done. And then, again, so it's going to go in. And I'm trying to think, how did I do this? Oh, I know what I did. So what I had done wrong was I glued it like that. You know, so when I closed it, it was like this. So that's not what you want. It needs to go up like this so that you, when you close it, you're putting the glue on this side now so that when it opens, these pieces are attached to the front and back. So just making sure that when you've got your little pop out, or I would call it like the bird beak, that's up and facing you. And then these are up and facing, you know, upward like this. And then go ahead and close it. Now go ahead and put adhesive on this side. Yeah, because I got the card all done. And then, yeah, put it together completely wrong so that I had to basically rip it apart. And then it was a hot mess. So I learned from my mistakes. All right, and then we'll close this. Give it a little bit of a press. And then now on this other side, we'll put the glue on the other side to close this in, and then that will complete the corner pop out. And then I just close the back, and then just take your bone folder to do a little bit of burnishing. And I'm just using this eraser. I just have some of my, looks like some extra adhesive for my mat here. And now, when you open it, ta-da! Now it does the corner pop out with your little bird beak. So, and I've seen, you can do, like I said, you can really decorate this inside however you want and stuff. But that is the bookbinding corner pop out using the Magnolia Mood stamp set and dies that are in the online store only. So make sure you check out my other tutorials that are on that in my Fun Fold series on the bookbinding fold variations. My next one that I am going to be featuring is the bookbinding. So now instead of the corner pop out, now we are going to do I added a shaker to it, as like I always like to do. So this is still the bookbinding fold, but now this is the corner easel with it. So that'll be my next one that I will upload here, hopefully later this week or this weekend. So make sure you check that one out as well. And again, I'm not quite sure what stamp set I'm using, but this is the one because I had some extra pieces. I just did that Magnolia Mood again. So again, and then what I did is that pop out, this little image here, this is just on dimensionals. And then you're just taking that front panel basically and just scoring it diagonally in half to make that easel. And I just attached that square then onto just half of that triangle on the back part there on it. So another really fun, nice display card. So thanks again for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe so that you get notified when I do my upload new videos. And again, I hope if you have any other card like Fun Fold series, like I said, I'll be finishing up with the bookbinding one here. I think I just have that corner easel one to do, and I think that'll be it. And then I'll go on to something else. So leave a comment if there's something that you would like me to demonstrate, or if you have questions on, I am happy to help. But otherwise, thanks again for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, and have a great and creative day. Bye-bye.